And let's cut across live now to a briefing by the Indian Army on the Uri operation in which they caught a terrorist reportedly alive.
अभी बात नहीं है. Please keep quiet.
See, बात नहीं.
Please keep quiet. Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon to all of you. I'm here to give you information about successful conduct of a military operation that was carried out over a period of 9 days along the line of control in Uri area. There will be a lot of speculation in the media about this operation. I'll now put the things in correct perspective. Now, it started on 18th of September. This operation started 18th September night. That is when our patrol along the line of control detected an infiltration movement on the LC. This resulted in a firefight. When all the factors were examined, we realized that the infiltration group was of a strength of 6 personnel. And when the encounter took place, 2 of these infiltrators had come across the fence while 4 were on the other side of the fence. After the firefight, these 4 terrorists who were on the Pakistani side of the fence, they took advantage of dense foliage and darkness and retreated towards the Pakistani side. These 2 terrorists who were in the process of crossing the fence, they sneaked onto the Indian side of the fence. Once we realized all this, the additional forces were mobilized to cordon these 2 terrorists who had infiltrated into the own side. Because this area also has a lot of civilian population, we had to exercise due discretion to avoid any collateral damage. Now, all this happened on night of 18th. Thereafter, once the cordon was established by additional troops, these terrorists tried to sneak out on a number of occasions, and there were fire exchanges in the intervening period. And finally, our troops homed on to these 2 terrorists who were holed up in a nala on the evening of 25th September. Thereafter, an encounter ensued. Out of these 2 terrorists, 1 terrorist was neutralized on the morning of 26th. Once this terrorist was neutralized, his accomplice, he pleaded to us for us to spare his life. There was a lot of shouting. He asked us to spare his life. As is the ethos and value system of Indian Army, we do not use lethal force against any unarmed person. So due precautions were taken and he was taken into own custody. Once we took this individual into custody, he has made some revelations which I'll now give you. He has identified himself as Ali Babar Patra. Ali Babar Patra, aged 19 years, son of late Muhammad Latif, resident of Dipalpur, district Okara, Punjab of Pakistan. He has admitted that he is a member of Lashkar-e-Taiba. He was trained by that outfit, and giving details of his training, he has revealed that he underwent a 3 weeks course in 2019 at Khyber camp, Gadi Habibullah, Muzaffarabad. That's the location of his training camp that he has revealed. Subsequently, after training, he was sent home, and thereafter he was recalled for some important task this year. Individual has given the details of his residence. He has also given the contact number of his mother. That's and number, I'll just give it to you. 0301 366 8927. I'll repeat the number. 0301 366 8927. While he claims, the surrender terrorist, he claims that he was informed by his handlers, by the group, that he is to drop a supply in the area of Patan. That's the information he was given. He was told that he is going to drop a supply at Patan. But when we go over the recoveries and modus operandi, it is quite possible that these infiltrating groups had come here for some kind of a strike which went beyond just a supply drop. Now, if I invite your attention to the fact that this infiltration attempt was made in the area of Salamabad Nala, this is the same area through which we have had a history of infiltration in 2016. That is when a suicide attack at Uri garrison took place. It is also revealed that this infiltration group was supported from the Pakistani side by 3 porters who had come till the line of control along with supplies. The Pakistani post opposite this area is the Jabari post. Now, movement of such large group of people cannot take place without active complicity of the Pakistan army deployed on the other side. What we have also seen that there has been a lot of movement in the launch pad across line of control. You would recall that their infiltration attempt has also been made on 18th when 3 terrorists were neutralized in the neighboring area. Now it shows the desperation of Pakistan when he sees that the peace and stability in Kashmir is something that is not to Pakistan's liking. So there is desperation to send in terrorists to create disturbance and some kind of a sensational strike. In last 7 days, 7 terrorists have been neutralized and 1 terrorist has been apprehended, and 5 of these neutralizations have taken place along the line of control. The major recoveries that have taken place is 7 AK series rifle. I am talking about the recoveries only in this operation and the one that took place in the surrounding area on 18th of September. So total recovery of these 2 operations, major recoveries are 7 AK series weapons, 9 pistols and revolvers, and total more than 80 grenades of various kinds, and along with some Indian and Pakistani currency. Now I'll invite the company commander who had taken part in this operation to inform you the exact conduct of this operation.
The operation commenced on the night of 18 and 19 September 2021 in Salamabad Nala, Uri. The first contact was made by the patrolling party who saw a group of terrorists crossing the line of control. After an intense firefight between the patrolling party and the terrorists got scared and split into 2 groups. One group ran back to POK and the other group of 2 militants took the advantage of dense forest and darkness and slipped on the Indian side. Initial recoveries were made and we traced the terrorists with the help of the initial recoveries. Additional forces were employed and cordon was established. These 2 terrorists had made number of attempts to break the cordon, but they were unsuccessful. Finally, on the night of 26th, the party which was housed inside the Nala was able to make a contact again with these terrorists. After an intense firefight with these terrorists, we were able to neutralize one of them. On further searching the area, we heard the wailings of another terrorist who was the youngest among these 2. The second terrorist pleaded us for his life. Even though he has fired on us on number of times in the contact, we accepted his surrender and handled him humanely. The surrendered terrorist has identified himself as a Pakistani national, resident of Okara district of Punjab region in Pakistan. The operation lasted for 10 days. Since there were civilians in the area and our main motive was to save the civilians from any kind of casualties. For that, we had incorporated many measures, due to which the operation lasted for 10 days. At the end of the operation, we were able to neutralize one terrorist, apprehended one terrorist alive, and a large number of warlike stores were recovered in the search operation. Thank you.
Now hereafter we'll allow you interaction with the terrorist who is in our custody. That will be conducted at a separate venue, and we'll just organize ourselves to conduct that visit. Thank you. No. No question. Thank you.
So that is a briefing by Major General Virendra Vats, and many takeaways from what he's told us about the operation in Uri by our forces. They have managed to capture one Pakistani terrorist alive. So that's the confirmation that's coming from the army. And here's the information that the Major General has put out. This terrorist has been identified as Ali Babar, 19 years old, a resident of Okara district in Pakistan. The army also confirming that this terrorist has admitted that he's a part of LET. They've given great details really at this point of exactly how he was trained, what was his mission, why was he sent into India. All of those details now thanks to this terrorist who's been arrested and in the custody of our forces. Now, according to the army, it's clear that this is in connivance with the Pakistan army, because they are talking about how these terrorists, this big group, managed to infiltrate at a point which is very close to the Jabri post. And without the Pakistan army's knowledge, so many terrorists couldn't have moved across Pakistan towards the LOC and then entered into Indian territory. So the army also saying that there is a lot of movement at the terror launch pads, and the army is expected to allow the media to also interact with the arrested terrorist very soon.
This is the Uri sector on the line of control. The hotbed of infiltration from terror launch pads in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir over the last 10 days. The launch pads are under close observation of Pakistan army posts that are abetting the infiltration. This is bang opposite to Khoja Bandi village in POK that has an ISI center. On 18th of September, which happens to be the anniversary of the deadly Uri attack of 2016, a massive infiltration bid was attempted in the sector. The infiltration attempt was the first in the area since the Uri attack, in which 17 Indian soldiers were killed. This was followed by another infiltration attempt on 23rd September, where 3 terrorists were killed. While terrorists were gunned down in one location, there were multiple attempts elsewhere. The combing and search operations continue even after 10 days. India today is at ground zero, where the operations are still going on.
We are at the line of control in the Uri sector, where there have been back-to-back infiltration attempts that the Indian Army has foiled. What we are witnessing right now is a drill that the Indian Army is carrying out to make sure that they can counter any kind of infiltration. Even though there has been a ceasefire since February, in the last few weeks there has been a considerable increase in the number of attempts made by terrorists from across the LOC, and they are being backed by Pakistani army commanders. That's the reason why the Indian Army is maintaining a high alert.
There has been a ceasefire agreement in place between India and Pakistan since February this year. No exchange of fire has taken place between the two armies since then. This comes after 4,700 ceasefire violations took place in 2020, the worst in 17 years. From August 2019 to December 2020, a period of 17 months accounted for 80% of the ceasefire violations in the last 2 years. LOC had been on edge since the beginning of 2019. After our Air Force carried out airstrikes at a terror camp in Balakot in Pakistan in February. A befitting reply to the Pulwama terror attack in Kashmir that killed 40 soldiers from the Central Reserve Police Force. Following the airstrikes, Pakistan was lying low, but terror activities are once again peaking with the help of Imran Khan's army.
While the launch pads have been always generally full for last about 4-5 months, but since the time the ceasefire has been, the attempts has been very few to cross the LC by the terrorists. But in last about a month, seems to be a connivance from the local military commanders in which is enabling these crossings.
A high alert was sounded in the Uri sector after the infiltration attempt on September 18th. The army feels while current violence levels in the Kashmir Valley are low, the infiltration bids indicate Pakistan's desperate attempt to sustain cross-border terror and bring in weapons to disturb peace in the valley.
There has been hardly any pelting events that have taken place, and this is possibly what is hurting the Pakistani and Pakistani proxies across. We don't care. Anybody who's picking up a weapon, who's not coming through proper passport, visa stamp, he's a terrorist and will be neutralized accordingly.
There might be a ceasefire between India and Pakistan since February, but that doesn't mean that Indian Army can let its guard down. The reason for that is because as far as terror launch pads are concerned, they are full across the line of control, and also there is a bigger fear that these launch pads in some time to come will have more terrorists coming, especially LETA and JEM terrorists who were in Afghanistan-Pakistan border might end up at launch pads at the line of control. With camera person Rauf, Abhishek Bhalla from Uri sector, line of control, India Today.